These are on so people can hear you and your nastiness. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
We're just talking to Twitch right now. We're not actually recording the podcast.
What do you mean just talking to Twitch?
No, I mean, we're not.
No.
Okay.
No.
Sorry, Twitch.
Yeah, really.
That's not what I meant.
Things are starting to get spooky. It's October 1, so it's Halloween time.
Yeah.
So we got some spooky things to talk about. Are you going to get scared, Eric?
Am I going to get scared this
Are
episode?
you going to get scared in this episode?
A little.
What's What? Go ahead.
Scarier than thyself?
Yeah,
So,
you're right.
yeah.
Trying to work it out so we can get the Queen of Halloween in person,
Mhm.
sit down with us to record our annual Halloween episode coming up. So
Yeah.
pretty excited about that.
Do you think the Queen of Halloween, which is our friend Sally, this is
Yeah.
great podcast stuff. We shouldn't be just giving this out.
Well,
for
I don't
free.
know if I would say it was great. but-
Okay. Do you think she's more like what?
Nothing. My office just looks really messy in the background there.
Mm.
The shelves are actually pretty well organized, if anybody's wondering. I mean,
Art
there's a lot of...
Does imitate life.
It's rude.
I guess I'm ready when you're ready.
Okay, I'm
You're
ready.
and I'm
Yeah.
ready.
I'm ready.
If together we can be ready with
Let's
this.
make it happen.
All right, Captain. What episode is this? Is this really 163?
163, I believe so, yeah.
All right. Do you have your Goodreads article open?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have no stuff open. All right, let's record this podcast.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's talk about books,
Baby.
baby. All right. Sorry. Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Welcome to episode 163 of the All the Books Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library, and specifically on October 1st.
That's right.
Spooky.
It's the start of Halloween.
I'm Eric Michaels.
I'm Nick Gunning.
We talk about book news, author news, literary news, and spooky
Spooky-tastical things.
Yeah.
So what have you done, Eric? I mean, Halloween, for those of you who don't know, I mean, Halloween is basically Eric's Christmas, which is weird because your Christmas is also kind of your Christmas.
That's true.
Eric's birthday is also his Christmas. Huh.
My birthday's everybody's Christmas.
Wow. There's just not a lot of months that
Yeah.
other people are allowed to.
Yeah.
You just have a lot of months.
December has Hanukkah
Set
and
aside.
Christmas.
That's true.
And
You're
October
right.
has Columbus Day.
No, I don't think we want to talk about
Jeez.
that. Yeah. Thanks for bringing us down right away.
Sorry.
Well, we are gonna start getting spooky
a
today.
lot of tricks.
We're going to talk about it's Horror Week
Sorry,
over at
all right.
Goodreads. So if you're a Goodreads fan, Eric and I both use it pretty regularly. It's
I got
Horror
Goodreads
Week.
tattooed on my shoulder.
You did.
Yeah.
Or were you allowed to do that? Is
It's-
it a trademarked thing or that's fine?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I asked.
you can check out the Goodreads blog,
paid
and we
for it.
also put this on our Twitter. So if you follow us on Twitter, you'll see it there. They've got all sorts of things, and we're going to talk today about their selections for the Book to Scream adaptations. So that should be a good time. We're going to get into that a little bit later.
Sometime this October, we're going to have the Queen of Halloween.
Yeah. That's right.
So-
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully we'll get her when she's in town, so we
Yeah.
don't have to do a weird
you
Skype
think-
thing.
Do you think the Queen, because you like to call me the King
Yeah.
of Halloween.
Do I? I don't think I do.
What do you call me?
Just Eric.
Of Halloween?
Yeah.
The Eric of Halloween?
Halloween guy.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
All right, well, never mind. She gets to be the Queen of Halloween, and
Yeah.
I'm just the Halloween guy.
Right. Right.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That's pretty good.
I guess.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you know what?
What?
It's time I bring my David S. Pumpkins pop figure to work.
Oh, that's true.
I need to
Yeah.
display him. Now is the time. Now is the season for David S.
Yep.
Pumpkins.
Now is October 2016. Sorry.
That's so rude. All right.
No.
All right.
We did watch that cartoon.
We watched it live as it happened, the
Yeah.
David S. Pumpkins
With you and your
Halloween special.
siblings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ishtar. Shout out to Borch.
Those are Nick's human siblings.
They're
He
nicknames.
just
They're
has a
nicknames.
weird.
They've been on the show a few times.
Yeah,
Everybody knows.
It's
Everybody
strange.
knows. All
I'll
right.
never understand.
Let's dive into the bookmarks.
One, you're not my boss. Well, kind of, yes. Are you my podcast boss?
I like to think when the mics are on, we're just two bros.
Yeah.
We're just equal.
Uh-huh.
But
Mike's off. We're also equal, and
yeah.
we give each other peer reviews.
yeah. Well,
So
that's
all
not.
right. Oh, that reminds me. I need to give you your
I
peer
wish
review.
you'd stop doing that. It's
That's all right.
highly inappropriate.
No, it's
but
fine. Yeah.
Anyway.
Mics are on.
Yeah,
I
you're
call
right.
you big doo-doo head.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
My
You can do whatever
job
you
is
want.
safe.
While you're doing that, let me
Yeah.
tell you about some of the things
While
I've been reading.
you a doo-doo
Yeah.
head, you'll tell me about what
All
you're
right,
reading.
so let's open the old bookmark segment.
All
I
right.
finished some of the things I was reading last week. So I finished Batgirl, Volume 2, Stephanie Brown.
The Stephanie Brown
And,
Batgirl.
So I've always been a fan of Stephanie Brown. If you don't know, she's a DC Comics character. Started as the character Spoiler, took over as Robin for a little while,
She was Robin for a little bit.
took over as Batgirl for a little while, and
Yeah.
then was erased from existence,
Yeah,
basically.
Is she not in the...
No, she shows up in like Batman Eternal, but she's definitely not like a player like
Yeah.
she was a major player in the universe.
Okay.
Not a player like she dates a lot.
Right.
She's not like that.
Her and
Anyway.
Tim Drake were a couple.
They were. So they put all the Stephanie Brown stuff in 2 big volumes. I read the first one a long time ago, and I've been waiting for a sale so I could get the volume 2 on my Nook, and that finally happened, so I read it. Volume 2 loses some of its direction, loses some of its steam a little bit, but gets it back in the end for a really great ending to the whole series and kind of a cap on the Stephanie Brown character. So for that, I sort of popped it up a star. But if you just want to sit down and read some good, like, Batman family, I would not say Stephanie Brown Volume 2.
Is this the one that has like 4 end pages of very emotional, like, well, I want to read those stories?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so
I'm not even I wasn't even a huge fan of Stephanie Brown, but after reading that, I'm like, poor Stephanie Brown.
It's true. It was an emotional ending. So I enjoy Stephanie Brown as a character. So yes, okay, I'm going to change what I just said. I think someday you want to sit down and read the complete Stephanie Brown Batgirl volumes 1 and 2. It's about 25 issues. I think it's worth it.
It's frustrating.
It's not great, but it's,
It gets frustratingly included in the like Leviathan crossover that Grant Morrison was doing with the Batman Incorporated stuff.
Yeah, there's like a one-shot Batman Incorporated in there. But anyway, so I finished that. I also finished for my little book club of the future outside of the library. We did Luke Skywalker in the Shadow of Mindor by Matthew Stover. Matthew Stover's written a lot of Star Wars books that were pretty popular. He did the Revenge of the Sith novelization, which people love. I've never read it. The book was fine. It's kind of a throwback to the old, like, adventure-y type of novels. Wasn't for me. I didn't really like it. The other fellows in the book club loved it, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
Do you blame that on you or the bad taste of the others?
No, I think it's just a preference thing. Well, you mentioned the cover of this one. I don't know if our Twitch friends can see it. Yeah, the cover of this one, he's in his flight suit.
Yeah.
He's got his lightsaber. Yeah. It's just a silly.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just didn't work for me at all, but they loved it, so that's good. And it was very popular when it came out, which was about 10 years ago now. And we do have this in our collection, so if you're curious, feel free to check that out. Moving on to what I am currently reading, I'm still slogging through that Grayson Omnibus, a big giant brick of a...
Slogging sounds like you're not enjoying it.
I'm, you said
at
slogging. This point, it's like a 3-star top.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it is a bit of a... I'm like, wow, there's still, as much as I've read, again... So I'm not loving it, I'm not hating it, but I'm going to get through it.
All right.
I'm also reading Needful Things for our Stephen King book club. So this is cool. We're doing a 2-part Stephen King book club, starting with Needful Things.
Needful Things.
We're going to meet to discuss that at 3:30 on October 16th, but we're not going to do that here at the library. We're going to do that down the street. The address is 95 North Main Street at Needful Things, the antique store right here in town, named for the book.
Yeah.
If you walk by, they often will have a copy of Needful Things in the window. So we're going to actually meet and have the book club down there, which I think is super cool. I don't know if anybody else thinks that's cool, but I like it. I'm excited. I'm excited to do that. Needful Things.
You'll have to get through the cocaine-addled St. Bernard dog guarding the door.
Yes. Yeah, that's a nice Cujo reference.
Thank you. Yeah. Cujo.
Cujo we had to get away from because the book club was like, please don't make us read Cujo. So I relented, and that's why we're doing Needful Things. But Cujo is a very manageable length. Needful Things is about 700 pages.
St. Bernards are like the sweetest dogs in the world.
They're very nice.
It's such a strange...
It's a weird choice.
Yeah.
I am enjoying Needful Things. I'm getting to a point where I'm going to need... I'm about halfway through Needful Things. I'm getting to a point where I need a next level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do you keep saying full?
Because you keep saying needful things. The book's called Needful Things.
Right, that's what I said.
I know, but you keep saying I get to a point where I need, and I say full because you're reading Needful Things.
Oh, okay, all right. That was just so not funny. I wasn't clicking. But I you know what I mean? Where you read a book and like you get the premise and you're cooking with the premise, and then like I get it. I'm ready for like phase 2 of this plan, and it's getting to a point where I'm a little
maybe at the 600 page mark.
Yeah,
things will turn around.
Yeah. I've heard mixed reviews about Needful Things. Seems like most people do like it. So who knows? Who knows? I usually enjoy Stephen King. This is one where I feel like maybe length is not playing in its favor.
Yeah. This was split into parts apparently. Was look it up on. I looked up some cover art for this, and it's like part 1 and part 2, maybe even a third part.
Really?
So.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. I guess he does do that. Like Green Mile came out as a bunch of like 6 little mini novellas,
and as a movie.
It did, yeah. But that was just one movie.
One movie and a miniseries.
Yeah. So we're doing Needful Things. So there's still time to join us, though. You got to read quick because it's 700 pages long.
Yeah.
After that, we're going to meet to discuss The Dead Zone. The Dead Zone. Also by Stephen King, and that's going to be right on Halloween. So a lot of Stephen King this month, which I'm enjoying. And where did you land on this, Eric? Are you going to do either of these with me?
I'm going to read Dead Zone.
Dead Zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I can get through 800 pages.
Have you seen the movie of Needful Things?
No, but I've seen the TV show of The Dead Zone.
Yeah, I've seen the TV show The Dead Zone as well.
First season, anyway.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the Christopher Walken movie.
I haven't seen that either. I've just seen random episodes of the show. The Needful Things movie does not have any good reviews. It's like nobody likes it.
Oh.
Which I think is pretty standard for Stephen King.
I think there's a Rick and Morty episode based on it. That's supposed to be pretty good.
Oh, that's
that I
funny.
watched. Yeah.
Okay. And then finally, because I'm doing Needful Things mostly on audiobook, and this is, audiobook fans, I know that you'll be with me on this because it's very annoying. Mm-hmm. The audiobook never says like where you are in the book.
That's annoying.
It doesn't say like chapter 5 or part 1 or anything like that. So my plan was to listen to the audiobook and then read and listen to the audiobook, and it is just impossible to find my space in both of those things.
Sorry, man.
Another positive about the audiobook, if I may, it is read by Mr. Stephen King himself, and he does an excellent job. Yeah. I wouldn't have expected him to do so well, but he does.
Do you think, does he like compliment the writing a lot?
Yeah, he's like
that was a killer paragraph.
This just hits you full octane.
Oh, yeah. That's some good stuff.
I don't think that's a saying at all, but, you know. Anyway, in non-Stephen King reading, I am reading Fear Itself, which is the third Star Trek Discovery book, which is pretty good so far. Yeah. I read the two previous to this, and so far I'm enjoying this one the most. We do have this in our collection. It's not usually checked out, so when I'm done with it, it will be available for anybody who wants to read it because it's right here. Another one is coming out, I think, in January. That'll be the fourth of the series. So far, none of them have. They're all like prior to the TV show.
Oh, so it's a prequel of the prequel.
Prequel of a prequel. Yeah,
right. Because it's also the prequel of Enterprise.
They've done some cool thing. No, it's after Enterprise. It's post Enterprise.
Oh.
I know. They've done some cool things where they have little like crossing over with other things, kind of setting it in the Star Trek canon, if you will.
Yeah.
And so it's been cool. I like it.
Okay.
Discovery's coming back. I don't know when, but the new little mini episodes are supposed to start this month. So that's kind of
nice.
Cool. And you someday, if things get real desperate for you, you're going to watch Star Trek Discovery.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. Well, just a word of warning. I think it's almost. No, I think I could say I think it's straight up crap for the first couple episodes.
Yeah. No, I watched the first couple episodes.
Yeah,
so.
And they're rough. And then it gets cooking though. But you got to get it. You got to get through those first because they are important. They're just not good.
Yeah.
So.
Hey man, I get it.
That's it for me. Oh, I tried a few new TV shows. I watched the Murphy Brown reboot. Okay.
All right.
I liked it. I like Murphy Brown, so it was fun, but it was, you know.
All right.
And then I watched a new show called Manifest about a plane that takes off and then lands, and for them, like, no time has passed, and when the plane lands, it's 5 years later. That's kind of interesting.
Okay.
It was my wife described it as better than it really should have been, and she was right. The pilot did kind of grab us, so.
The pilot?
Probably.
Because of the...
So I'll probably watch a few of those.
Yeah, okay.
In the pilot of Quantum Leap, Sam leaps into a pilot. So, I mean...
What?
That's it.
Oh, yeah, in the first one.
Yeah,
you're right, yes.
Pilot in the pilot.
Isn't he flying in it?
Yeah.
Right, and he's like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't talked about Quantum Leap in a while.
Yeah.
I need to read a Quantum Leap book. It's been a while. There's only 2 left that I haven't read.
Sorry.
But enough about me and Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
Your turn, big guy. I want to hear all about the ultimates. Ultimate everyone.
Let's see. What am I reading right now? Well, where did I
Ultimate
finish?
Rick Jones, I think is what you said you left off on.
That joke is really landing with a very select few, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, but it is landing with that select
some of them are going to be like, oh, that sounds
cool.
Actually, Rick Jones was introduced into the Ultimate Universe.
That's good.
All right. I finished The Collapsing Empire by John Scalzi.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. What?
Oh, nothing. I'm interested to hear your take on it.
It was fine. I liked it more than Red Shirts, but probably not as much as Old Man's War.
Yeah, I need to read Old Man's War.
It was just so, I like the concept of what's happening. All these cities, not all these cities, all these planets are connected in an empire.
That
but
sounds fun.
Not by proximity, because they're all very far away from each other. They're connected by the flow, which is this ability, this dimension that we're able to like travel through.
Okay.
Because we can't do faster than light. So we go through these, we get to a certain speed, so it connects us anyways.
Okay.
But the flow is starting to disappear. So all of these planets are going to be left on their own, and they can't sustain themselves. So to me, I'm like, oh, this sounds cool. But the characters are very much, every character is the smartest person, is not smartest, I'm sorry, wittiest person in the room. It's like Joss Whedon is writing everybody.
You had me at Joss Whedon.
And it's just it gets very frustrating because it seems like everybody's setting everybody up for a killer end line, and then somebody else has another killer end line after that. And before you know, it's like, oh boy, we sure have taken the English language for a ride, haven't we? And so that gets annoying. There's not a lot of characters I liked in this either. And here's the other thing. There's nothing inherently sci-fi about this book.
Oh.
It's in space.
Okay.
But this whole like flow, you could say this is a fantasy kingdom. Everybody's on different worlds, and the flow is just a magic thing you go through. And it would be the same thing because we're dealing with...
it would be better suited.
Yeah, actually, I think I prefer sci-fi over fantasy, but I think I might have liked this more if it was fantasy because we're also dealing with like dynasties of rulership that lasted thousands of years.
Sounds like what you're describing sounds like fantasy to me.
Yeah. So I think I just wanted some like cool sci-fi, and I got like fantasy and sci-fi wrapping with annoying characters.
Okay.
Dealing with guilds and all this stuff. So I don't know. The second book comes out like this month.
Oh.
I might read it to see if I'm interested, but I'm also not a series guy.
I see.
So I don't know. Anyway, I gave it 3 stars.
Okay.
How'd you know? Oh, I read Venom. Along Came a Spider.
Venom opens this week.
Yeah.
This week in theaters as we record. October 5th, right?
Yeah. Nick's being paid by Big Sony.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm in Sony's pocket.
Yeah.
Yep.
Strangely for Venom. It's strange.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
Yeah. They asked and I said, well, I don't like Venom. I don't want to talk about Venom. And they were like, and then they just backed up the truck and I said, yeah, I'm all in for Venom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this graphic has Along Came a Spider, The Hunted, and Hunger, or The Hunger, in which Venom finally eats a brain. It's pretty gross. He's like, I can't believe I did it. It turns out he can actually get the chemical he needs from brains from chocolate. So he eats chocolate instead now. So as you can guess, it's pretty dumb. The art is pretty bad. But for some reason, the last comic, this is during the Clone
You're
Saga.
Really selling it.
This is during the Clone Saga. So Along Came a Spider has Ben Reilly fighting Venom, and the whole time he keeps calling Peter Parker his clone. He's like, oh, my clone fought Venom back. It's like, shut up, Ben. You're going to turn into dust soon. He does. He turns into dust soon, and then he comes back.
Yeah.
Anyway, Venom comics from the 90s, they're all pretty dumb. I don't understand how they lasted so long.
This has been Eric Nichols with his hot take.
Yeah. I've read a lot of them now. There's only one graphic novel's worth, and they haven't put it on the Marvel Unlimited app.
So much that I'm concerned about you.
Yeah.
You want me to get you the single issues? I'd be happy to do that for
Thanks,
you.
man.
Yeah.
It's been weird because I've either been reading the Venom comics from the 90s or the Ultimate comics from the middle 2000s now at this point. So I got through the Ultimate comics, the new Ultimates, which is...
Ultimates.
Yeah, we meet some bad. That wasn't good. It wasn't fun. But the Ultimate Comics X-Men. Yeah. This is after. Oh my god! I can't believe how many times I have to say Ultimates. This is after Ultimatum, where Magneto destroyed New York and all this stuff, and mutants are on the run and everything.
Okay.
And it's actually. This is pretty good because they get rid of the mansion. They're not like a superhero team anymore. It's more.
Just bros.
No, I mean, they're not just bro. They're like living underground and stuff. But it's actually...
Like Batman's Outsiders?
Yeah. Okay. Way to call back an in-joke from our lunch. But there's something about it. It doesn't necessarily have like the direction of a superhero comic, but it's still kind of like fast-paced. You don't really know what's going to happen. I've been liking it. And I like the Ultimate version of these characters anyway. And also, I've read a few more issues of Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, which is the Miles Morales stuff. Okay. So now I'm going to read Ultimate Comics Divided We Fall, United We Stand, which is all of them and stuff. There's a lot. Look, I don't know what I'm reading anymore. I've been reading nothing but Ultimate Comics and Venom. But because it's October, I'm going to read all those 1970s Marvel monster books.
Okay.
What did you think of
I thought you were going to talk about the list that you posted online.
Oh, yeah, I can get to that.
Okay.
But I'm going to read like more. I've been saving The Werewolf by Night, The Frankenstein, The Tomb of Dracula, and Man-Thing for this month. So, and they're on your calendar.
They are, yeah.
So, you're all those guys.
You're right.
I got a copy of Walking Dead Volume 30 in today from Interlibrary Loan.
Okay.
So I'm going to read that.
Cool.
And I'm going...
I've got a stack. I don't usually let this happen to me, but I do. I have like 4 books that I was like, I have to get through these.
Right.
I hate that.
Sorry, man.
That's all right.
I'm also going to start The Dead Zone. So
Reading the Dead Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got it on overdrive. I just got to power through Needful Things. Then I got to start that one right away. Be a lot of Stephen King.
Yeah.
I'm going to be Stephen Prince over here.
Nice.
Was it? Because I
Yeah.
didn't feel good about it at all. But
Whoa,
thank you.
Look at this place. It's like a party. Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, any excuse.
That's my impression of Christopher Walken in the Dead Zone.
Yeah. Yep.
It's funny because it's the Dead Zone, but he thinks it's a party.
Yeah.
Okay, you let that just die.
Oh, I'm
that
sorry.
That was grade A
It's
material.
a Christopher Walken impression. I don't
Okay,
know.
it's Christopher,
I don't
but it's
know.
Christopher Walken impression with a character study. It's not just an impression. He's calling the Dead Zone a party zone.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you're right. A party. Yeah, okay.
Okay, you just came at me with a look who's talking guy. I keep forgetting his name.
Bruce Willis?
No, look who's talking.
John Travolta.
John Travolta impression. Yeah,
I did?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You're like party.
That was John Travolta.
I don't know. That was my
What kind of
impression.
movies are you watching?
I want to go to
Sandy.
the Dead Zone.
All right.
Uh,
So stupid. I
all
would
right.
watch a reboot of John Travolta in the Dead Zone. I want to make that clear. I'm making
Ugh.
fun of this situation, but
Today's
I would watch
John
it.
Travolta?
Today's John Travolta.
Okay,
Yeah. He
so
could have so much. He could do a different hairpiece every episode. It'd be great.
Ooh.
Would love it. Adele Dazeem. All right, let's move to.
I was looking for the picture I took, the picture I put up
of
of all those books.
All right,
Now you
well,
got- the Dead Zone,
oh.
the Wolfen, Stalking Jack the Ripper, and Dean Koontz Frankenstein, City of Night.
Stars. And
City of Night.
Oh,
City of Night.
so those are the Halloween books
Those
you're
are-
going to try to get through because the
Yes.
Wolfen's been on the list ever since we
Yeah.
did the Wolfen.
Well,
as the Lonely
somebody
Hearts.
on a YouTube video when we talked about the Wolfen, they
Yeah.
were like, "It's too bad. The Wolfen's actually a pretty good book, and it's a movie."
Really?
Yeah.
I just want to point out that the Wolfen is episode 8.
Wow.
Everyone. Episode
That was a while.
8.
No, it's not episode 8.
Yes, it is.
No,
episode-
you're crazy.
It
You're
is.
thinking of something else.
No.
You're looking at something
Episode
else.
8, The Wolfen. Folks, if you want to dive into our back catalog, it is soundcloud.com/allthebooks, and we try to feature some relevant ones that go with the current episode
Yeah.
along the top. So I will put The Wolfen up there towards the top if you want to hear about it.
You know what?
You know what this reminds me
That
though?
was back when we were doing a Lonely Hearts book club every other episode.
Yeah, we did.
That's
we did
why
quite
it's
a few.
so early.
But
yeah.
that reminds me, it has been a while
What?
since we've done a Lonely Hearts book club.
Yeah, it is.
We need to dig one
Yes.
out of the stacks.
What was the
Halloween
last
themed.
one?
I think when Amy Kuhn was here and we looked at all the different covers.
That was the last one?
I think so.
No.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's all right.
All right. So those are what I'm reading. Have been reading. I'm sorry, everybody, listeners, Nick. I mean, it is just a lot of Ultimate Comics, and
Yeah.
I know all you're hearing me say is the word ultimate. Over and over
Yeah.
again, like it means anything.
Yep.
So also we watched. This was my second time watching it, but it was Nick's first time watching it. Fright Night,
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
starring Colin Farrell.
Yeah, and Anthony Yelchin.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Anton Yelchin.
That's what I said.
You said Anthony.
No, I didn't. Anyway,
play the tape back.
I didn't, but
Okay.
I liked it. I
Yeah.
thought it was good.
Yeah.
This was Eric's. So every year we all, like, our group of friends picks a different Halloween movie, and we all have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric's pick this year was
Fright Night.
And yeah, I thought it was marked improvement on Eight-Legged Freaks, which is the only of
So
your picks
dumb.
that I didn't like.
Eight-Legged Freaks is so fun.
Well, I like this one better.
It's so fun.
All right.
What is that? It's a Spider
Guess you're a
Man.
big David Arquette fan. Ultimate Spider-Man?
No, they don't.
Oh. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's move into some book news. I got some advance notices for everyone. Oh, first of all, The Hate You Give, which is the book that's won every single award. It won a Latin Grammy, I think, if I'm remembering right. The movie version is coming out October 19th.
Oh, for some reason I thought that movie was out now.
No.
Okay.
Nope. Well, it is. It's in like select theaters. The wide release is October 19th. So that is coming up soon. Here are some advance notices for you. From Adriana. Go ahead.
A lot of reviews I've been reading have been saying that The Hate You Give, the movie, is like a YA fantasy movie with all the metaphor stripped away.
Oh,
So that's
interesting.
that will give you an idea of the tone.
Is
So
Las-
Hunger Games without the metaphor.
Is Lasmat in there?
No,
Or
I
is
don't.
it-
I don't think it would
No
be
Lasmat.
appropriate to bring in Last Man
No,
into that
Lasmat.
story.
Okay. Tony's Wife by Adriana Trigiani.
You would just come in and be like, "I have. Oh,
Yeah.
you're dealing with.
This is a real tense situation.
I'm going to step out from.
Lasmat away. That's Lasmat, The Hate You Give, everyone.
Oh my gosh.
Tony's Wife by Adriana Trigiani. So this is, I cannot for the life of me remember her book.
This is a Who's the Boss sequel.
I know, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's on my shelf over there. I can't remember.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, this is about Tony Maselli's first dead wife,
Uh-huh.
mother of Alyssa Milano's Sam Maselli, from the 80s show Who's the Boss.
Wait. Because I was only a very little kid watching Who's the Boss.
Yeah.
What are the relationship? Tony has a daughter?
Yes, Tony has a daughter.
I thought he was just like the maid.
He is the maid, but he and his daughter Samantha moved from Brooklyn in with Angela and her son Jonathan.
Okay. I thought both kids were Angela's.
No.
So
No.
I was a kid. I didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
Did they date? Those two
the
kids?
two? No. They had a
Okay.
very sibling kind of
Well,
relationship.
then, of course I didn't know
Yeah.
they were. I mean, I probably didn't know. I think I thought
Well,
Tony was like an older brother who just didn't move out of the house.
It's not your fault because there's only one season of Who's the Boss on DVD.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
Who's the Boss was on for like 9 years, and
Yeah.
it didn't resolve the cliffhanger. They were just like, "Now we're done with Who's the Boss."
They had a cliffhanger?
Did Tony and Angela get married? I don't know. You don't know. Tony Danza sure doesn't know.
Yeah.
Tony Danza's doing like a cop show with Josh Groban.
Yeah,
What is that?
good cop, bad
I
cop
don't
thing.
understand that at all.
He's a bad cop, but his son's trying to be a good cop.
Okay.
They're
But
partnered.
like Josh Groban is like an actor?
I don't know. I don't know anything about Josh Groban.
I don't know. Anyway, Tony's Wife by Adriana Trigiani. This is coming out. We got a while to wait on this one,
Yeah.
folks. November 20th.
So that's where Alyssa Milano became famous.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, and from that to Charmed.
And
Still,
Little Mermaid. They based
what?
They based Ariel off of Alyssa Milano.
Really?
Yeah, I think mainly her eyes and stuff.
Interesting.
So
Okay. Set in the lush big band era of the 1940s and World War II, this spellbinding saga from beloved New York Times bestselling author Adriana Trigiani tells the story of two talented working-class kids who marry and become a successful singing act until time, temptation, and the responsibilities of home and family derail their dreams. Similar thing happened with Sonny and Cher, only it was much later. They
Yeah.
weren't that successful.
right.
And were very spread apart in their age difference.
Okay.
But other than that, classic Sonny and Cher story.
Sure.
So again, this is Tony's Wife by Adriana Trigiani,
Right.
coming out in November.
Tales old as time.
Yep. Next we have A Christmas Revelation. I've been holding this one for a while because it's too early to be talking about Christmas
Wow.
books.
Talk about
but
a real Christmas revelation.
I know. This is coming out very early November, which is only like a month away now.
Shut up.
This is from Anne Perry. This is number 16 in her Christmas stories. These are usually vaguely connected to her popular Monk series. No, not that one. In this intriguing, uplifting holiday mystery from best-selling author Anne Perry, an orphan boy investigates a woman's kidnapping and discovers that there's more at stake than a disappearance.
Mm-hmm.
Presents?
Yeah.
Do you think it's the presents?
Do you think Santa wears red so that his enemies can't see him bleed?
Yes,
Sorry.
I do now. I've always wondered, but
Yeah.
that's the answer.
Sorry.
That's the answer.
I don't know why I was just thinking about because
Well-
you said monk, so I thought mystery, Christmas mystery.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is the murderer.
He's wearing red. So
Wearing
you can't
red,
tell.
yeah.
He didn't seem to have any blood on him.
Yeah.
Santa's like, all right, new in large print. This is book number 6 in the Tracy Crosswhite series.
Uh-huh.
A Steep Price by Robert Dugoni. New York Times bestselling author Robert Dugoni's thrilling series continues as Seattle homicide detective Tracy Crosswhite
Should
is
I know
plunged
this series?
into a case of family secrets and murder.
Nice.
Thank you.
Should we know who this is?
It's not
I've
familiar to
never
me,
heard of this
honestly.
author before.
This is book 6, but it is not.
They're always like, well, this
Familiar to
patented
me.
and is famous, and I'm like, who is this? So, in a
Hey.
world of Ann Perry's and Debbie McCumbers, it's hard to just say you're somebody.
Somebody
Save me.
Somebody connected this to the Jim Carrey movie, The Number 23.
Uh-huh.
What is that movie?
Isn't it where he thinks he's been seeing the same number
Is it
throughout
like
his whole life and it means something?
scary or
I don't know, I've
like a
never
horror
seen it.
movie? Oh, okay, I don't know.
Have I ever seen Jim Carrey's horror film?
don't know.
No, I have not.
Anyway, A Steep Price, Robert Dugoni, coming out in large print later this month.
And check out Jim Carrey's horror film, The Majestic.
No, I love The Majestic. That's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah.
Have we done an episode on all-time favorite movies? We got to remedy that. We have
once or
got
twice.
to remedy that.
Okay, what are
All
you
right,
writing?
Take it
Your
away,
favorite?
my friend. I'm looking up the number 23.
Oh,
2007 American psychological horror thriller.
there you go.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sandra
right.
Bullock had a movie around the same time.
Oh, Premonition?
No.
Oh, I had a premonition
Maybe that
that
was.
movie was going to suck, and it did.
You're a premonitioner.
Yeah, yeah. I knew you were going to say that.
Did you?
No.
All right, so we're looking at the New York Times bestsellers list. Is that what's going on?
That's exactly. You know what?
What?
That's exactly what happened.
Okay.
Hit it.
Okay. New York Times bestsellers list. Number 10 on this list of New York Times sellers list. Oh, I don't have the page open.
Oh, boy.
No, we got it. It's fine. Everything's Everything's fine. Anything I want to... Sally Field has a new book out in nonfiction.
Yes.
In Pieces by Sally
No,
Field.
I have that on hold on Overdrive because Sally Field reads it. Sally Field is going to read me a book talking about the Flying Nun and Smokey and the Bandit.
Lincoln.
I guess.
Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah, yep.
So she's not a big fan of him.
Is she? Is that true?
She says there's nothing to do with that role, the Aunt May role.
No, there's not.
So,
Sorry, Marissa Tomei, but there's not a
well,
lot
Marissa
to do.
Marissa
Marissa
Tomei is very charming in that
Tamo.
role, but it's a weird take on Aunt May.
It's true. It's as weird as those red pants she wears.
It's a weird, sexy take on Aunt May.
Huh.
I mean, come on. Oh yeah, okay. They cast Marissa Tomei as Aunt May.
Sure.
Like, oh, a very homely
Up to
woman.
You. Up to you.
Okay.
Yep. I know you were a big Rosemary Harris fan back in the day, so.
Look, Rosemary
Thanks.
Harris is a great Aunt May.
Yeah,
So
she is.
I don't need this from
Deliver
you.
us from evil. Sorry.
Finish it! You don't think I know what you're quoting?
No,
That was
I
a great
do.
scene.
I knew you'd know.
And then Peter picks up the phone, and
Yeah.
on the other line, you hear Goblin. He's like, "Can Spider-Man come out and play?" Do you think William Dafoe still smokes 12 packs a day for
have
that
to.
role
Yeah, you'd
in
have
case they
to.
call him
Yeah.
back?
Yep.
All right, number 10.
Yeah, he's doing some ADR on that, and he's got to
Man,
get it back.
I love those movies.
I know you do.
Yeah.
All right, you're
All
up.
right, number 10.
Yeah.
Texas Ranger by James Patterson and Andrew Borrellet. So
Uh-oh,
these,
dropping down.
yeah, number 10. Actually, it even went past
President is missing.
The President is Missing.
Yeah.
Do you think he still is missing? Is that the problem?
It could be. Yep.
So The President is Missing is at number 9
Yeah.
now. So
Yep.
look out, James Patterson. Both your books at number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, at the bottom 2.
Bottom two.
Bottom 2.
Bottom two.
Which is like being... You know what I was going to say.
I do, but I
The
don't.
Number 8.
Okay.
In His Father's Footsteps by Danielle Steele. Man, I keep clicking on stuff, and it's going to... New York Times is just going to get on my case.
Yeah,
soon.
you're making a real.
The
mistake
son of
with it.
2 Holocaust survivors struggle to become his own person after his marriage falls apart.
Okay.
Okay. Number 7 on the list. Where the Crawdads Sing. Every week, Nick laughs a lot about this.
It's about a lady who lived in the marsh.
Dahlia Owens is the author. In a quiet town of North Carolina
Yeah.
coast in 1969,
Yep.
a woman who survived alone
Living
in the marsh
Living in the marsh.
becomes a murder suspect.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Listen, lady, this is the only murder we have in a marsh.
Yeah.
You're the only person living in the marsh.
Yeah. She's like, well, I can't argue. I did survive in a marsh.
Number whatever one we're on. Number 6, Leverage in Death by J.D. Robb.
Oh.
Lieutenant Eve Dallas investigates a
Yeah.
murder. Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I screwed that whole up. Lieutenant Eve Dallas investigates a mysterious act of terror,
Oh.
which probably involves murder.
Probably murder.
So probably.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Leverage in death.
Yeah. Number 5, Clive Cussler, Shadow Tyrants.
Shadow tyrant.
Clive Cussler and Boyd Morrison.
Yeah.
I wonder if, I mean, I know this is a morbid topic, but I wonder if Clive Cussler is going to be a name that's put on books after he's gone,
Yes, absolutely.
akin to Tom Clancy
Yes.
and Robert V. Parker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Juan Cabralo and his crew fight 2 destructive adversaries. Look, this doesn't tell me anything about how adventurous this is.
No.
This is a Oregon Files.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Number 4, Khaled Hossani's Sea Prayer. Oh, author of The Kite Runner.
Mhm.
A father reflects. Oh, this is new this week. So we have a couple new books on the top 4.
Oh, great. Okay.
All right. Father reflects on the life he and his son left behind in Syria and the dangers of the journey before them. Nick, anything?
I would like to read it. I
Comments
don't
on
know.
the world?
Yeah, I don't know.
The world as it is?
No. No, I don't think so.
Number 3, Time's Convert by Deborah Harkness. During his lover's journey to immortality, a vampire's past returns to haunt them both.
Ooh.
Wow, that was surprising.
yeah.
exciting.
I didn't think you were going to go there at all.
Yeah, vampires.
You love vampires at Halloween.
Yeah.
You want to commit on Mike to reading this book this year?
Let's see. The author of the All Souls trilogy. I'm not familiar with that.
Me neither.
I'm surprised to see this book here, but
Yeah.
way to go.
Well, it's a good time for it.
People do like their sexy vampires.
They do.
Oh, man. I know I've already talked about the Ultimates, but in one of the Ultimate comics, Blade takes the Twilight Saga to task.
Oh.
It's pretty good because Blade's a vampire.
So do you think that Blade is the sexy vampire or that Twilight is the sexy vampire? Because one of those jogged your memory, and I want to know which
I
one
guess it was
is.
the Twilight one.
Okay.
So, did you notice in Fright Night, Colin Farrell has an apple roll off the table and then he catches it all
Yeah.
cool? I think that's supposed to be a dig at Twilight.
That's funny.
I think.
That's funny.
You know what? It probably came out before the Twilight movies.
So?
Fright Night.
That's the original cover of the book.
All right. Let's not get into it. Juror number 3 by James Patterson and Nancy Allen.
Oh, and you thought he was down.
Yeah, he's still here. He's at number 2. Ruby Bozarth? Is that a funny name?
That sounds funny.
All right. Defends a college football star charged in a felony case complicated by a second murder.
Jeez.
So, yeah. That murder?
Should have stopped at 1.
Yeah.
Or none.
Yeah. Quit while you're ahead.
Yeah.
Or you have a head in a bowling bag.
Okay.
Number 1, lethal.
I'm ready.
Number 1.
Let me have it.
Lethal.
What is it?
Lethal White. Lethal White.
Oh, Robert Galbraith.
Robert Galbraith.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Ain't no good. J.K.? Just kidding?
Yeah.
Is it?
Ain't no good.
Yeah. The 4th book in the what is it? Cormoran
Strike.
Cormoran Strike series. Detective Strike and Ellicott investigate a crime a young man may have witnessed as a child by J.K. Rowling, writing pseudonymously. No, we're not going anywhere.
Boy, those of you just listening in the audio version, there's smoke coming out of Eric's ears right now.
Pseudonymously. Look, I can see the pseudonym.
Yeah.
Pseudonym.
Yeah.
Pseudonym.
Okay. All right. We're going to call that.
Just
we're gonna
say it.
call that.
Say it out loud.
We're going to call
I
that.
need to hear it.
The
Pseudonymously. Pseudonymously. My word.
The series. So there's an adaptation of this, which is now on DVD. So we should get this DVD for the collection.
What's the movie?
I think it's just
The
called.
show?
It's called Strike or something like that.
Pseudonym.
And it adapts like many of these books.
Osley. Pseudonymously.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you not gonna say it?
Oh, I haven't seen it. I don't know.
You don't know what pseudonym?
I guess I've never heard it in that.
Ously.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard. I know what pseudonym is.
Okay,
Obviously.
right, but I think
I've never seen it as that.
I think
as
J.K.
that,
Rowling has
like
Rowling.
adjective.
J.K. Rowling has heard all the things I've said, and
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh yeah, you SOB.
Yeah.
Try saying this word.
Yeah. Well, good for her.
Dava.
Anyway,
screw up your vocabulary.
We just did the first of this series. A Cuckoo's Calling.
Cuckoo's Calling
for book club, and it was lukewarm reviews, which is sort of how I felt about it. And there are 3 other books: The Silkworm, Career of Evil, and then this one. What is it called?
Lethal White.
Lethal White
Yeah.
is out now, and the series is also out on DVD, which we should get for the collection.
Stop saying that. I heard you.
So
I'll do it.
I'm not too excited about this. I doubt that I will ever pick up another one of these books again. I had already read Cuckoo's Calling when we decided to put it on the book club, so I was going to read the second book when the time came, and I picked it up and was just like,
yikes.
I don't think so. I put it back down with apologies to J.K. Rowling and her legions of fans, but it's not for me.
Yeah. What's the point of saying like this is J.K. Rowling writing as?
Well, because right after Harry Potter, she put one out called Casual Vacancy,
Right.
which is real bad. But it's, it just the way it looked. I mean, it looked like people were putting it in the juvenile collection and stuff because it was J.K. Rowling, and it's not a children's book. It's
Right.
a very adult topic about politics, and it's sexual, and anyway. But it was very confusing because it was like J.K. Rowling, and everybody thought that it was like a kid's book. So I think the purpose of that was
Stop that.
to avoid that. And actually, they didn't announce. You didn't know. It was a surprise when everybody was when they announced, oh, by the way, Cuckoo's Calling, which is available now, was written by J.K. Rowling. And then everybody was like,
Right.
But it actually came out without the foreknowledge that it was J.K. Rowling.
All right.
So I think it's really just to distinguish her from writing as children's fiction. Same reason why Nora Roberts and J.D. Robb have that divide.
Right. They just can't get along.
Can't get along.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
Okay.
All right. You ready to get spooky?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm ready to get spooky for 10 to 15 minutes.
Folks, if you are our follow us on Twitter at All the Book Show, we have retweeted Eric's masterfully compiled Halloween playlist,
Yeah.
which is available on a YouTube playlist, right?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So go to our Twitter page, check it out, and delight in the Halloween
A lot of esoteric stuff
mood
in there.
setting. Yep.
Put some other stuff.
All right, so as we mentioned, we're going to talk about Goodreads' most popular page to Scream adaptations. All right?
I think you meant page to screen.
It's Scream, Eric, because of Halloween.
Ah.
Yeah. So this is on the Goodreads blog, so you can find it on goodreads.com/blog,
Goodreads.
or just Google it,
Yeah.
or whatever your search engine of choice is. Here they are.
Bing.
So that's stupid. Everybody who, if you don't use Google, you're using Ask Jeeves. Everybody knows that.
Peter Parker uses Bing in the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
So-
no wonder they didn't work.
Yeah.
All right. Possessed Properties is their first one. So we've got
So this is
three.
the
We've got three here. So Amityville Horror. Have you read or seen either of these?
No, I will never ever
No,
watch
me neither.
Amityville Horror.
Me neither.
Listen, I love Halloween, but I prefer spooky and eerie over
like axes.
yeah,
Yeah.
or there's a hand coming out of that person's mouth
Yeah.
that's revealing a baby with an axe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, that was too much.
So,
Next, The Shining.
uh-huh.
Shining. I think everybody knows my feelings on The Shining, but it's a great book.
You love it.
The movie
so
is
much.
not connected, really. It's like name only. And I have never seen the miniseries, which is supposedly exactly like the book.
Oh.
But it stars Steven Weber, which in some ways makes sense because of the way the character is supposed to be, but it's just jarring to see the guy from Wings,
Uh-huh.
as Jack Torrance. But your feelings on The Shining?
I didn't like the book so much.
didn't?
No, and the book was the first King. No, that's not true. Dark Tower was the first King I read. So
Oh,
this was
wow.
the second King I read. I like Doctor Sleep, but
Yeah, Doctor Sleep is good.
It's kind of like Doctor Sleep's kind of like the X-Men.
It is.
So
It is.
there you go.
Doctor Sleep, if you don't know, is the sequel to The Shining that came out, 5 years ago or so?
Yeah,
Currently being made into a movie with Ewan McGregor.
yeah.
So,
Him playing
forward to
Doctor
that.
Sleep.
Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson is
I
the last one.
think I have seen.
Came so close to saying Shirley Jones, you don't even know. But I avoided it.
Huh.
I've seen this. I've seen the one with Vincent Price. That's Haunting of Hill House, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I have. Black and white. The door breathes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay. All right. I haven't read the book, but I've heard lots
The
of good things about it.
movie was fine.
Okay.
I think it's a classic, but it doesn't scare me.
Okay, and then another subgenre of movies and books that I avoid. The Devil Made Me Do It is
Yeah.
their second one. So these are devilly ones.
Devilly
That's-
ones, yeah.
That's
Devilish.
I don't want.
You
that
don't want
at
the
all.
devil in your
No,
Halloween?
I don't want that. But I will tell you the
Okay.
titles. They are The Exorcist
I-
by William Peter Blatty.
I ain't never seen The Exorcist. Have you?
No, I just told you I don't want any part of
Okay.
it.
What about the show? Is it a show?
It was a show with wasn't it John Cho and
Oh, wow.
what's her name?
I don't know.
Zoe Saldana? Or maybe it was just her.
Huh.
I don't know. She was definitely in it.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I like
Rosemary's
the soundtrack.
Baby
Haven't
by
seen either.
Ira Levin. I have read some of his plays. I read one called, I think, Veronica's Room. It's
And
called,
Cuckoo's
not
Calling.
the Kirstie Alley one.
Oh.
And the play was pretty good. I haven't
Okay.
read Rosemary's Baby, and there's a sequel to that, and we definitely have those in the collection. I know I've seen
Right.
those. Joe Hill and Horns. I have not read any Joe Hill books or seen any of the movies.
I have read
Really?
the comic he writes. Well, I've read the first volume.
Okay.
Maybe
What
the
is
second?
that?
Lock and Key.
Oh, okay.
So
Good.
it was fine. I keep meaning to read more of it.
Okay.
Very creepy. A little bit. Might be too disturbing for you.
Okay.
If I had to guess.
That's a pretty low bar, so you're probably
Okay.
right.
And Horns is the movie with
Daniel
Harry
Radcliffe.
Harry Potter. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
he likes to be called Daniel Radcliffe, but
Well, then he shouldn't have been Harry Potter in 8 films.
you're right. Creature features.
Yeah. Okay. I don't count. I mean, Jaws is a scary movie,
I
but I'm not
wouldn't.
gonna pick Jaws on Halloween.
Yeah, I wouldn't count that as a Halloween movie.
I also
necessarily.
don't like. I don't like Aliens during Halloween. People
agree.
like, oh, let's watch
Agreed.
Alien. Let's watch Alien. I'm like, that's something else.
Yep.
That's not it.
But
Uh-huh.
so the ones listed here, according to Goodreads, are Stephen King's Cujo,
Uh-huh.
which I've never seen that movie, and again, never will.
You're
Don't-
never watching the movie.
Don't plan to read the book.
Okay. Oh, you're not going to read the book, period.
No,
They
I
scared
don't
you
think
away
so.
from it
Yeah, I
altogether.
didn't realize how graphic and gory it was. I'm not about that.
Pet
I can't.
Cemetery was pretty rough for you.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was, but I made it through. Jaws by Peter Benchley, which, as
Yeah.
we said, does not count as Halloween, but
No.
worth
But-
mentioning. And I've heard very good things about the book. My brother
Yeah.
loves the book.
Benchley regrets writing the book.
Oh, because of how everybody's like, sharks are evil.
Yeah, because he definitely said he would have done things differently if he'd known how many sharks were going to die after Jaws.
Wow.
So,
and The Birds and Other Stories by Daphne du Maurier. Now, I've never read any of Daphne du Maurier's stuff, but I love The Birds. I think it's one of probably my favorite Hitchcock film.
oh wow.
No, you're not a fan of The Birds?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
Well, what would you say is your favorite?
Hitchcock film?
Yeah.
Rear Window?
Okay.
I think.
The Christopher Reeve one from the 90s.
No.
Oh.
The Jimmy Stewart one. From
Okay.
the
Well, it has its fans.
80s?
No.
70s.
Early.
60s.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, Hitchcock is... I guess I kind of like Strangers on a Train.
Yeah.
But Hitchcock... I don't know. We don't need to critique Hitchcock. I mean, he obviously was brilliant and we're doing stuff then, but sometimes when you watch it now, it's like, oh, he would have been better if all the silliness
I think The Birds totally works though.
Yeah.
I really like the unusual relationships in there. Like the way the characters sort of just like find each other and we're like, well, I guess we're a team now.
Yeah.
It's a very unusual dynamic for a movie, especially a movie of that time. So I really like that. And I don't know, I just think the suspense works and there's very subtle creepiness to it. And then of course not so subtle creepiness, but I think The Birds fires on all cylinders. # Stephen King.
All right. What about The Burbs with Tom
The
Hanks?
Burbs with Tom Hanks. My grandma and I went to see that when it came out, and it terrified me, so we left the theater in the middle of it because we didn't realize what it was. We were like, oh, Tom Hanks, that's probably fine.
Okay.
Speaking of, have you seen Tom Hanks in full Mr. Rogers garb?
No.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's just like, yes, of course, of course.
I think you need to do something very heroic as this library director if you're going to want Tom Hanks to play you soon.
Yeah, you're right.
So
I'm going to land this library upside down.
nice. Okay.
All right. Classic Monster Mash. Dracula.
What was it?
Classic Monster Mash.
So it was a mash.
Yeah.
What kind of mash?
It was a Monster Mash.
All right.
Yep.
So it was a mash.
Yeah, Monster Mash.
Was it at the graveyard by any chance?
Yeah, it was a graveyard smash. It really was.
Right.
Dracula by Bram Stoker. Now, you have read this, haven't you?
I read Dracula.
Good, bad, ugly?
Ugly. That's rough.
Sorry.
No, yeah, Dracula's pretty good.
Not boring?
No. I think it
okay.
deals... I think, though, the idea is that Bram Stoker's afraid of foreigners.
I see.
So I don't know if that's still...
I have such a cool edition of Dracula, and every Halloween I'm like,
no,
I'm gonna read
Dracula's
it.
pretty good. Dracula holds up.
Okay.
I mean, it's the Dracula story. If you've seen any Dracula movie, it's
Yeah.
that. It can be pretty dry,
Okay.
but it's pretty good.
Frankenstein
Yeah,
by Mary Shelley, which I have not read.
that's pretty good.
I've read the stage adaptation.
There's
which
a
is so
point.
weird, but I have.
There's a point where it's like, oh, something happened, and then
Okay.
we get more stories. Like, oh, this is pretty good.
The play is very... You just get a lot of the creature monologuing, being like, look, I didn't want this, Jack.
Yeah, no,
Is
that's
that-
in the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Basically, you follow Dr. Frankenstein for half the book.
Okay.
And then the monster shows up again. It's like, here's been my life, tool.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
yeah.
So, yeah, it sounds like it was a close adaptation then. Finally, one of my all-time favorites, Invasion of the Body Snatchers by Jack Finney. Would you count that? Have you read that, right?
How come they called Mars Needs Moms, and not Invasion of the Mommy Snatchers?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That would be good. I would have watched... No, I wouldn't have. That was a stupid movie. But, you read Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Would you count it as Halloween?
I mean, it's aliens. But it could get... I mean, the pod stuff is pretty creepy.
Yeah, it is.
So,
It is. That's
Yeah.
borderline.
it's not in space.
I wouldn't... I don't think I shelved it as a Halloween book on my
Yeah.
Goodreads.
So,
No, I did not. But it is good. And a lot of good movie adaptations
Yeah.
of that. The Kevin McCarthy from the 50s is great.
yeah.
They're here. The Donald
That's a quote.
Donald Sutherland.
Yeah.
Also very good. And actually, I think the Daniel Craig, Nicole Kidman Invasion holds up pretty well. That plays a lot more like a zombie movie.
That's true, yeah.
Than anything else. But I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, strong choice. All right.
What's the next category?
Take it. Hostile Hospitality.
Scary. Oh, you wanted me to read? All right,
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs. I haven't read the book, but I've seen the movie.
I haven't read it or seen the movie. My
Yeah.
brothers read the books. Said it was a little hard to read, but like very, very well done.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I don't plan on seeing or reading that
serial
ever.
killers.
Yeah.
So,
Not
Psycho by Robert Bloch
Mhm.
and directed by Vertigo again.
Alfred Hitchcock.
For Hitchcock.
Now you prefer the Vince Vaughn shot-for-shot remake. Gus Van
No,
Sant, right?
No.
You're saying that's the one you like
No,
better?
stop saying
That's
that.
your
No, I like
Psycho.
Psycho. Psycho's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I like
Uh,
the original and you like the new remake, but
The the cover of this book is really creepy. You've got the shower scene just filling with blood, and it says check in, relax,
Yeah,
take a shower.
That is the poster from the 90s reboot, or the remake.
Is it really?
It is, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Finally,
Right.
Stephen King's Misery.
I'm probably never going to watch this,
no,
mainly
that's
because
a
I've seen
Real hard pass.
I've seen the setup of her putting the wood blocks by his feet and getting the
jeez.
sledgehammer ready. I'm like, I don't need to see how
No.
that ends.
No, you don't.
I can assume
No, you
it
do
doesn't
not.
go well
Definitely
for
don't.
him.
Definitely don't. Evil at the End of the World is our next category
Oh,
here.
sure. I have never seen or read The Mist. What about you?
I have not. That's another Stephen King.
Okay.
That
well,
was actually part of that's like a novella, really. That's
The Mist.
yeah. That was
No.
in Skeleton Crew, which is a collection of short fiction that we do have here in the collection. One of Eric's favorites.
World War Z.
Yeah.
Yeah, World War Z is great. The movie's different. It's also pretty good, but the book is much better.
I can't speak to the book, but I was very
Yeah,
impressed.
The movie's
with the movie.
fine. It's
Not
much
if you're
more
Matthew
of a,
Fox. It's not.
That's true. It's much more of an action, natural disaster movie, and World War Z is much more of a character piece.
Yeah.
Characters pieces.
Yeah.
Also, another like absolute favorite of mine is I Am Legend by
Yeah.
Richard Matheson. The movie I didn't like so much.
The Will Smith.
The Will Smith
Okay.
one. I was disappointed because when I was reading I Am Legend, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be such a good movie.
Yeah.
And then I saw the movie, I'm like, it was very different.
Okay.
All the movies, even back to like Heston's Omega Man.
Oh, I like the Charlton Heston one.
They always feel the need to be like, no, he's not really the last human. There's other humans.
yeah.
And the thing about the character in I Am Legend being the last human, it's important for how cool the ending is in the book.
Don't spoil it.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying you can't have the ending he has with a bunch of other humans. So.
I've been very impressed with I read a collection that we have in here called Steel and Other Stories. It has the one from Real Steel.
Right.
The movie, the Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I love the movie. I
Yep.
own it.
And I think that I picked that up after you and I had seen that movie.
Yeah.
Because I'd never read Richard Matheson before. And man, I sat down with that collection, read it cover to cover in one sitting. Because it was just amazing. I mean, he's
I think
he's
I've
a
only
fascinating writer.
I think I've only read I Am Legend.
Really?
But
You
I
should
have
pick
the book I have has a bunch of other stories in it, and I have Real Steel.
Oh, you should
the
read it.
book. So
You should read it, definitely. It's not a Halloween piece, but
right.
definitely worth a read. I highly recommend that one.
Have you ever read this book, seen the miniseries, or plan on seeing the new scary movie that everybody's
No,
talking
to
about?
all.
Stephen King's It.
I have the book, but
what's the topic for this one?
Perilous Playmates.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's not one I want.
Yeah,
The others Goodreads lists are The Bad Seed by William March and Let the Right One In by John Lewis.
I haven't read this whole category. Hasn't been
No,
mine.
no.
I can't see that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, you have to. It's so good, and I'm like, I don't care about the '80s,
Yeah.
and I don't care about watching children get their arms eaten off. I
Mhm.
don't want to watch that.
Yeah, no.
All right,
me
what's the
neither.
next one?
Finally, here we have Accursed Outcasts. So first we have The Woman in Black, a ghost story by Susan Hill. Now I have seen this movie. It stars Daniel Radcliffe.
Does it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty good. A little
Look at them
disturbing,
go.
but it's a solid like a ghost
Mm-hmm.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which there's a level that I like ghost movies.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, but it is a very fine line of like, nope, too much.
Sure.
And The Woman in Black rides that line pretty
Okay.
hard. But then Stephen King's Carrie.
I've read the
which-
book.
Yeah, we've discussed that one a couple times. It's very well done for what it
I haven't
is, but it's,
seen
tough to read.
any of the movies.
Nope, me neither.
Or the sequel. I remember as a kid.
There's a sequel?
Yeah, there was like Carrie 2 or something.
Oh.
I remember as a kid because I would just watch TV all the time, and so I'd see the same commercials, and I remember the trailer for Carrie 2
Wow.
all the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Uh,
Finally, we have Ring
yeah.
by Koji Suzuki.
Oh, of The Ring.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I haven't
No.
seen that either.
No, never
My
will.
wife has.
Never will.
My wife has probably seen a lot of these movies by
Yeah.
accident.
Yeah.
Guest of the show, Kendra,
Yep.
has somehow been either in the room when these movies are happening. I don't know. It always makes it sound like people are like tied her to a chair and like, watch The Ring. And she's
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
But
And then she does.
yeah.
And she does watch The Ring.
And then 3 days later, is it 3 days later? I don't know.
I don't know, and I
All
don't
right.
want to know. I already know too much about The Ring. I don't want to hear about it. All right, so I feel like maybe this is this spotlight has indicated to me that I'm a wimp,
Yeah, that's
about
fine.
this
It's
kind of
okay to
thing.
be a wimp.
and I haven't read most of these things.
That's all right.
So
What are you gonna do?
I still, if I was gonna recommend one Halloween book,
Uh-huh.
I think it would be Bag of Bones by Stephen King.
All right.
It's scary. It moves great.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff.
I don't know if I could just.
Just off the top of your head. That's
yeah.
all right.
I mean,
Well,
I Am
we're
Legend's pretty good.
We're
and
gonna
it is
get into
vampires.
that. We're gonna get into that in a later episode, so we don't have to do that now.
When we get the Queen
But-
and Halloween guy together.
Queen Halloween guy. Anyway, you can find more on Goodreads.com. They have a
Yeah.
whole subset here for Horror Week with a lot of fun stuff. If you're a ghoul,
Salem's Lot.
Salem's Lot.
I recommend
Good.
for Halloween.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
That's a good solid choice.
No, thank you.
I respect that choice.
Yeah.
All right. Let's close that up and let's move it on to some library news.
Closing up shop.
Sticking to the spooky theme, we've
Moving on
got
up.
Chris Johnson, who's a pretty well known performer who just travels all around. He has a whole series of different type of shows that he's done. We're having one here that's it's an adult program called the New York Spirits. It's about haunted places. He's got
New
some
York.
artifacts.
Yeah.
All the reviews on this are great. Some other libraries in the system have had him come and do this.
Meet your estranged grandfather for the first time.
Well, I don't think it's that, but
Oh, okay.
but it is spooky.
Okay.
It's going to be October 10th, and that's really teens and adults. That's fine for
Right.
teens
Yeah.
and adults. That's the big one. We've got a lot of Halloween movies.
Do you think wimps like you and me could make it through it?
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Good.
Probably.
There you go, everybody.
We've got some Halloween movies coming up. We're showing Goosebumps, the
Great,
Jack
and-
Black movie, on
yeah.
the 15th. Showing that at 3:30.
The sequel's coming out
Yeah.
minus Jack Black.
Yeah. Weird.
I guess they didn't want to make any more money.
I guess
but he's
not.
in the House with the Clock in the Walls, which is doing pretty well.
Yeah, that's what
and
I heard.
gotten a lot of good reviews.
Yeah, we're recommended by one of
So-
our. The book was recommended by one of our listeners back when we were talking spies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, so we're showing Goosebumps on the 15th at
Bob's
3:30.
gonna goose ya. That's
We're-
from. They did that.
Okay.
He sings. It's a music video.
We're showing one of
Something like
my
that.
old school favorites, Blackbeard's Ghost, for our senior matinee. That's
Sure.
Tuesday the 23rd
Yeah.
at 2 o'clock. And then at 2 o'clock on Saturday the 27th, we're showing Scooby-Doo and the Gourmet Ghost.
Yeah. Well, that's part of a huge,
It is.
big.
Yeah.
We're having a Halloween party at that time, so I believe the Halloween party is 12 to 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the Gourmet Ghost.
Yep.
And then, but at 11:30 we have Hawk Creek bringing Harry Potter's owls.
Pretty exciting.
So they're bringing like 3 different owls based on the Harry Potter movies, and they're gonna do a little thing for 30 minutes and show us the owls and talk about them. And then there's the Halloween party and
Right.
then Scooby-Doo. So
Yeah,
it's
it's a
a
fun
day. Yeah.
And don't forget, the Stephen King Halloween book clubs, we're doing Needful Things on October 16th and The Dead Zone on October 31st. Plenty of copies here. It's also available on Overdrive.
Nick's gonna read
You can pick that
Cujo
out
as
as well.
extracurricular
I'm not going to.
activity.
I'm not going
Okay.
to.
We're showing Solo, a Star Wars film, the 5th, October 5th at 3:30 p.m. If you haven't seen it, come see it. If you have seen it, you could come too.
Yeah, check it out. Why not?
And then Tuesdays at 3 to 5, we have our arcade for ages 8 and up. We just got an Xbox One
Ooh.
with some FIFA and WWE.
I have never in my life played any Xbox game in any setting.
Not like a Halo?
No, I've never held a Xbox controller in my hand.
Mm.
Am
Well-
I missing out?
There's been some pretty good games on there, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now you got me out. Yeah, now you
I'm
just got me
sorry.
thinking about Xbox games
Yeah,
that you
that's
should
all
play. Wednesdays, 5:30 to 7:30 is our teen night. This week, we're watching My Hero Academia.
Okay.
We're doing a My Hero Academia.
Popular manga. Seems like that's always checking out.
The anime is pretty exciting too.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's this week. Never mind. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully next week we'll be sitting down with the Queen of Halloween to talk all things Halloween. So we'll
Yeah.
put some questions out to Twitter and Facebook. So please
if we're
respond
lucky,
so we can get some
we
user
might
reactions
have
too.
the Halloween guy here as well.
Halloween guy
He's
might
a little
come.
harder to get.
Halloween guy.
So
Yep.
I'm not saying maybe Halloween guy's the true royalty.
Yeah.
Despite the lack of title,
Right.
like he's the people's Halloween guy.
Okay.
So I don't know.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Nick's getting pretty tired. I've been tired for about 12 hours.
He's been tired and I've been Nick Gunning. We'll see you next time. Bye.